We're live. Oh, we're live on YouTube. Oh, that scoots over that way. Didn't miss anything. Is anybody watching? One watching. Yeah, it takes a while to get warmed up on this one. I watched a few of the other guys. I watched Jimmy and I watched Captain Jerk, and they start out slow. I don't know why nobody gets notified. So I do everything I'm supposed to do, YouTube wise. Most likely it'll be a comment. Still nobody. 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 Hey, Ian, let me put that link in there. I was afraid of that, Ian. I'll leave the link up there just in case. I don't like to leave it up long because I've had a troll, and they haven't affected live shows, but just about every video upload, I get a comment. You go, no content. They say something that does not make any sense to me. And the reason I know it's a troll is because I can read it, but nobody else can because YouTube blocks it. So I don't know what it is. I can't identify it. But I imagine it's derogatory. And whatever they say doesn't make sense to me. But apparently it's a... Well, so long as you're not watching us in the shower. Nice seeing you. But you're welcome to come up somehow. We can get together on Facebook or LinkedIn, not LinkedIn, Twitter, or even just regular email. I can send you notifications. Yeah, I'm sorry, my show runs just a little too late for you and you guys over there. It is still kind of early yet. No, 9 would be 9. You said 9:41 when you posted there. But it's not that bad, really. I had Johnny 5 last week. I haven't seen Hazy Days in quite a while. I sent him the notifications. He hasn't. I haven't seen him for about 3 weeks. Other than what he's uploaded, he's put some music videos up. I don't know. Should I continue sending the link? I mean, he hasn't come up in weeks. After walking 4 miles a day, I guess I'd be tired at night too. Yeah, you just gotta have to play with it, experiment with it. I don't know what that was. Some big square thing with words on it came up. Nah, I'm good. Yeah, as long as you aren't talking to us in the shower, that would be kind of weird. Um, I'd um, I'd rather not. Let's not go there. It would creep me out a little bit. Oh, by the way, I'm in the shower. uh, I mean, I don't feel that important just for somebody to be on my show in the shower. It's kind of nice to get up here and relax. It's be better in person, but you can't talk to people all over the world in person. You get this rare opportunity, and I have a couple of times. I have fond memories of it. It's nice to get the folks up here that I've actually met in person, and I don't mean to brag about it. It's like um, they're special people. It took years to develop that electronic, you know, get acquainted with those people electronically, and then just have the ability to meet on more than one occasion, I'd like to do a meetup. But you know, with the current situation right now, and maybe build some stronger YouTube connections through this show. I'm in the midst of changing hobbies right now. I think I'm going to get away from the motor scooters. I've been going to the doctor and I've been having headaches. You know, I don't want to give too much of my personal life away, but headaches and nightmares and not sleeping and enough that I had to take a couple of days off from work. And this week was mainly trying to get medical, trying to go through an HMO and get medical and all that straightened up. And it was odd. 10 minutes before I walked in to start the show, I came to the conclusion that the motor scooter bike aspect is probably on the wane. That had more significance to me in an earlier part of my life, so I think it's time for me to change my interests. Another thing is that my neighbor got a sailboat, and I might get back into sailing. I did that 20 years ago when I moved here from Virginia. I quit doing that. That's about when this motor scooter hobby took over. I did it. It started out to go to church and do errands for my wife, and my wife's not here. She left us 7 years ago, and maybe that's why I struggled. You know, I had a job where I rode it to work every day, and then when I changed jobs 4 years ago, sometimes it takes time for you to grow. It takes time for you to go through and realize what your interests are and what your priorities are. So I'm going to say no more about the sailing. And what I do have a cheap video camera and it has a still camera. It's just a Canon kind of thing, and it's really a piece of crap. But I don't want to take a risk on losing my good camera and getting it wet. And I'm not taking my phone with me out there, but I got this little Canon camera, you know, I can pop it in a Ziploc bag. It has no stability, but who cares? The boat's moving anyway. So how could you see which more is the camera movement or the boat movement? Who would know the difference? Is anybody there? There's nobody in the basement. Chandog said he would be here around 5. And I'm going to go ahead and text Tom. So let me get my bald head out of here and go ahead and send him a text. Yeah, my bald head geeks me out too. Going back and watching back and replay it. I got a bald head and I got a place like a little sore, like a I don't think it's a sore, like a little yeah. Well, the medication will not be disclosed. As Hazy says, no comment. I couldn't believe he. See, he gave me the name of the medication, then I went back to fill it through the pharmacy, and I got another name for it. I go, you know, that is some. We'll see. So we're just moving right along here. Oh, it's been a long time since I've seen you, Brian. What's up? I was just telling Ian, looking for new hobbies, and I think in a couple of years we'll see where we'll see where the channel goes, and I would like to do we're talking about years away, do a meetup in North Carolina and find a place. Around here wouldn't be the coolest place to meet. We'll find this real cool venue we need to find out if you like the beach or the mountains, lake. So we got some big lakes here. You want us to rent a house or do a block of rooms in a hotel or something. And this is way off in the future. I mean, because you have to have people that will make a commitment for you. Hey, Captain Jerk. How do I know you, neighbor girl, or are you just visiting? If you're new, neighbor girl, welcome. Oh, I'm getting raided. Are you live, Captain? You're live and you're not on my show? Come on. What are you doing here? Let me back up here. It says my phone isn't connected to the internet. What? I pay $40 some a month to have this service and I don't have it. Yeah, you're live. You're doing a jerk kind of thing. Are you live, Justin? Justin's stuck. No, you're not. What up? I've noticed you've been doing some live streams and I've missed all of them because I'm like Ian, either I'm sleeping or working. Yeah, your volume must be down, Captain. I was thinking it was my computer. I was going to go and check, and I hadn't turned my volume down. Thank you for sending these new viewers, Captain. These are all new people I haven't met. Maybe something we can work on for years down the line is a East Coast meetup. Get Tom Noble. Maybe even get the UK contingent here. Maybe See if an airline would give it a reduced rate and do a tour. Or those UK folks, they could all meet like in London.
All right.
All
Can you
right.
hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, did you know you were getting rated a few minutes ago?
Yes, I did. And I thought
All right,
you
cool.
were doing it. Were you live?
I was on with my friend Christina. She's also known as Moose Gal. But thank you for everybody for freaking all the Raiders. Thank you for coming in and freaking checking us out. This is Dave. This is my buddy Dave right over here. This guy.
Nice to meet you.
Dave.
Mom taught me not to point. I've seen you somewhere else, Moose.
Oh, listen to my mother.
Tom, you're here. Yeah.
So that's B Lady Apiary. She's a great gal for sure. She's a woman of many talents, not just beekeeping. There's Tom. Hey Tom, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. I got a package from you, bud. I was going to do a freaking a package opening here if David will let me.
Absolutely. We're talking about a North Carolina getaway gathering, maybe. I'm
going to bring up an interesting subject. B Lady asked, Captain, can he see us? And I might let Dave take this one away. Dave, can you actually see people in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
All I have to do is click on another screen, and it's on a bigger screen.
Yeah. Dave's not hard of hearing, but he's a little hard of sight.
Yeah, hard of sight instead of hard of hearing.
He's one of them legally blind fellas. He can see, just not as good as some.
Right. I have eyesight, but
I have. See, Dave doesn't see very well, and I have better than 20/20. So we're opposite ends of the spectrum there.
I had a feeling you had a good eyesight, Captain. I could just tell by the way.
I have exceptional eyesight, to tell you the truth.
I know somebody that has better than 20/20. He has like 20/15.
No, that's me. I have way better than 20/20 vision.
I said, well, you ought to be playing golf then, because golf takes good have good eyesight.
Dave,
golf.
Dave, I've had way better than 20/20 vision my whole life, except for a short period of time where, as a kid, my eyes were still developing, and I was experiencing a lot of stress.
I think that's what I'm kind of going through now. I'm getting medication. I see like lights before my eyes and stuff like that, and I think it's more stress than anything. Not sleeping. Let's see. Not the only thing I got accomplished this week is dealing with pharmacies and doctors' offices.
Well, we got Moose Gal in here. Hi, Moose Gal. Good to see you. Toy Man, thanks for showing up, buddy. It's good to see you.
Toy Man. Toy Man's one of my regulars. He shows up.
Oh, yeah. And Brain Jerk is in here. How you doing, Brain Jerk? And Neighbor Girl. Great to see you, Neighbor Girl. Oh, and Ian was in here.
Yeah,
Ian.
He was. He said he was getting in the shower. I said,
well,
TMI.
He might be back. It's kind of late over there anyway. It's like 10 o'clock. Yes, I got the box. I just got a freaking love you, Moose Gal. You're a great chick.
Yeah, he's got to do the open.
For sure. Hang on. Oh.
Unboxing.
Thunderous Bulk needs to go get this thing.
Let me get the terminology right here. Unboxing.
There we go. Here's a package from good old Tom Noble. Let's rip it open and see what we can see, shall we?
Can we see what we can see?
Handy dandy titanium freaking scalpel. Woohoo! Here, let me do this instead, so people can see me cutting. Now, what do we got? We've got some bubble wrap.
Yeah. I was going to say, woo!
Big ass bubble wrap. Woohoo!
Hey, I got 3 rolls of that.
And we've got some lights.
Enough you can wrap yourself in bubble wrap.
We've got some lights right here. And I don't know why we have lights, but he gave us lights. And he gave us something else. I knew this was coming. Doodly doo, doodly doo. Damn it, Tom. Trying to cut this open. It's just not working. So, now we have some hot red chili powder. All right. We also have some hot green chili powder. And it says Hatch Chili on it. The Hatch Chili store. So, we'll try this.
You're not going to try it now, are you?
So the lights apparently are eyes for the big skulls. I guess we're going to freaking test those out. Even though I don't have a vehicle to hook them up to. I guess I'm going to have to freaking improvise a power source.
Yeah. You'll need a 12 volts DC power source.
Yeah, well, I don't have a power converter, so whatever.
You can get them off of Amazon power converter.
Very daintily sniff the freaking without disturbing it too much so it doesn't freaking up into me, you know? All right. Ready? Little ginger with that right there.
He's actually going to do it.
I like that. It's very nice. I try everything.
You like it now, but wait until the burn hits.
No, I can see how this would be wonderful for, and it does taste very green, like verde sauce, you know, or verde sauce, as some people call it. So let's, that was the hot green. And now we're going to try the hot red.
Toy Man, do you have a camera?
Crystal says she doesn't like hot things, but once she gets used to eating it, she's fine. So here's hot red. Here we go. The green one's still tingling my tongue right now. It's nice. Oh, it's for scrambled eggs, is it? I get your scrambled eggs right here, bud. That's a decent smear of that stuff, that red stuff.
This is the first time I've seen chili tasting that way. I usually see it as an ingredient.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I was wondering when that was going to happen.
It gets you back here. It gets you. Oh. Okay. The red stuff's more. The red stuff
one of these.
Is more powerful. The red stuff is more powerful than the green. That is for sure. Okay. The red stuff has a definite more of a red pepper flavor to it. Cayenne, a little traditional, hot red. So I like both of those. They're not super, super powerful, but then again, I only took like the tiniest little bit of each one. I just can't touch my eyes for a little while. So yeah, those are great. Thank you, Tom. Very flavorful. Like they're more than just zippy. They have very, very good flavor to them. They have a good smell too.
Toy Man, you're typing in the chat. Why don't you stick the link in there?
You want me to send him a link?
I just sent it. It's on the screen, in the comments.
Because I do have Toy Man on Hangouts, and I got his email and things, so I could send him a link very easily. Same thing with Tom. I do not have one for Neighbor Girl or anybody else that's in the chat today. Oh, I think I got Moose Gal. Yeah. They got Moose Gal on Hangouts. I wasn't sure if I had her email. So
yeah, I sent Sheena Facebook Messenger. I haven't heard back from her. She's probably working.
Those spicy things definitely got my nose running a little bit.
Yeah, I was waiting for that to hit, So.
No, that's fine, Tom. It's no problem, buddy. Whenever it happens, it happens. It's no rush, dude. Like I told you from the beginning, it don't matter. Yeah, we'll do this. All right, we see. These are the lights. One of the lights. But these are the lights that Tom sent. Oh, yeah, look at this. Hey, Toy Man, what's up?
Hey, Cap. What's going on? How you doing, Dave?
Hello.
Thanks for having me up. Appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome. You were just typing along in the chat. It's much easier just to talk.
Hello, everybody in the chat. What's going on?
Yeah, see, if I was going to freaking even feed this in there right now, I would have to drill out the back of the eye because there, I could put it in there like that right now, and I could hold my hand over it so you don't see the wire, and then you could see. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do the other one real quick.
Toy Man, have Jerk give you my email address so you can invite me on Hangouts, or you can send me an email. And next time I have a show.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah, that'll look cool, Justin.
Well, I mean, I don't like freaking playing around with electronics and stuff. I'm not real great at it, but I guess I could give it a whack, whatever.
Well, the more you do, the better you get.
That's not the point, dude. I'm really not good at electronics.
Right.
Like wiring things, like improvising, like wiring stuff. Like, I used to do that on the underside of people's dashboards in their freaking car, and there are piles, like miles and miles and miles of freaking electrical tape that can attest to this. All right.
Electrical tape and shrink tubing.
So, I'm not kidding, man.
If
I
you
was a
could do
master
wiring
of freaking black spaghetti back in the day, bro. I could
If you
freaking
could
untangle
wire-
all your
wiring-
wires, and I could lead them back, and I could freaking splice everything together. But there's going to be piles of freaking electrical tape underneath your freaking dashboard.
If you can understand
Wow.
wiring in a car and wire a 12-volt system, you can wire anything. You could
Yeah,
wire
this-
3 houses if you could wire.
This
a
one
car.
dude, this one dude's freaking like screaming at the top of his lungs, freaking out because he's like, "You gotta burn down this dude's car, freaking electrical tape and this and that. Freaking, you should be using butt connectors and this and that."
Okay,
and
Tom,
I'm like,
you take care.
dude, who the hell do you think you're talking to? Like, I'm doing this as a favor to somebody that doesn't know anything about this. All I'm doing is splicing the wires back together because he went in under there with literally with a freaking pocket knife.
The wires together and wrapping it in electrical tape.
The freaking jackass went under there and cut his wires with a freaking pocket knife. All I was doing was patching things back together with the freaking roll of electrical tape so he could get to work. So my boy could get to work, and he's screaming at and it's not him, but it's one of his friends that's just freaking tearing me to shreds, trying to freaking like make me feel bad about it. And I'm like, no, I got that guy to work. I got his car to get him to work. It functions now where it didn't before. Give me a break. Then, like, okay, let's just say the guy whose car I fixed, let's say his name is Pete. Okay, I fixed Pete's car, and Steve is the one yelling at me for it, because he's like, you didn't do it right, or whatever. It's like,
Yeah,
Steve,
you were just patching it together enough to get him to work.
Steve,
Mhm.
Pete got to work. I
That
told
was
him,
the
if you
main
want
objective.
this
They never
patch
get worried
back,
about
if you
the
want this put back the way it's supposed to be, or like safely, go to a freaking place. Like, there's 3 different places around here. One is called Wired, one is called Long Radio, and the other one is Long Radio. Okay, or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, there was 3 different places: Long Radio, Wired, and I can't remember the name of the other one. Anyway, so there you go. There's 3 different freaking places around here that you can go and freaking get it fixed. Go, like, or at least go and get the stuff you need and do it yourself. Could you do it? No, I can't do it. I hate doing wiring under your dashboard, dude. I have a crick in my neck right now just thinking about it. Ow! No, I don't want to be like, they're going to charge you. Okay, yes, fine. They're going to charge you like $50 to do it. Guess what? I'm going to charge you $100. No, yeah. Well, I'm not freaking touching it then. You're a dick. No, I'm not a dick. I got you to work. I got your car to function and bring you to work. Screw you, dude.
Yeah, I would have said stop cutting wires underneath your dashboard.
Don't cut wires with a freaking pocket knife, you dork. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
right.
man.
Later on, Tom. We'll see you.
All you need is crimp connectors, heat shrink tubing, pliers, and
Yeah.
a cigarette lighter.
Yeah, well, I didn't have any of that stuff, and the dude's car was broken.
Yeah.
It did not run, so I had to do what I had to do to get it running, so he could just freaking like perform basic function. Never mind going to Radio Shack and getting the butt connectors.
I needed some crimp connectors for a little job, actually working on one of these, and I didn't want 100 of them. And I found them on eBay. Somebody was selling 12 of them for about half the price of a 100 pack of them. But if I bought 100 of those, I would never use them in my whole lifetime.
Yeah.
It was 100 damn connectors for like 10
Yeah, and then
bucks.
at that point, they become what's called a heritage item.
Yeah.
So when people are rifling through your stuff after you're gone, they'll be like, "Oh, butt connectors, cool."
Well, I already have stuff to leave.
And they'll never have to
more
buy
junk.
them again in their lifetime either.
I don't need any more junk, but whoever it would get passed on to would know what to do with it.
Dude, okay. I have so much crap in this tiny little apartment, it would shock you. Okay, how full this place really is. It would shock you. You'd be like, how did you fit that all in there? And it doesn't even look that crowded. Oh, it is. It is. You notice I don't have a couch in my apartment. That's clue number 1. That's an entire other wall that I could fill with junk. You get me? So I'm just saying. But yeah, this stuff right here is really good. This stuff is equally good, but they're two different animals. They taste completely different. Okay, and the heat index on this one, it's not like they're even really super spicy or anything. They're just flavorful. They're zippy. But I would consider to be mild to medium.
Well,
So-
you never know. Those spices might heat up a little bit once you put some heat to them.
Well, these are
They're
really
fat
good.
soluble.
You know,
The
So-
capsaicin or whatever it is.
I've been cooking with spicy stuff for a long time.
Yeah.
When I cook the peppers, the heat goes away.
That's why when you eat something real spicy, water is not the solution.
no.
You have to have a oil based or a fat based something. Milk is really good.
Milk or a plain piece of bread.
Piece of bread, yeah.
Believe
Yeah.
it or not, different peppers require different methods.
Yeah, they do.
But the basic thing that helps is time. Really. You will eventually be okay, and your mouth will no longer be on fire.
That's right. Yeah, I had a friend of mine help me. I said I need some peppers grated up there. Use the grater. I said, but when you're done, I told him, I said, you can put a pair of gloves on, like rubber gloves, so you can do it, or you do it bare hand, but just don't touch your eyes. What does he do? He rubs his eye. Just
Yeah.
done grating up peppers up. He's
I,
like, "Man, dude, that hurts." I said, "Yeah, I told you not to touch your eye."
there's some incidents that I could share with you. I'll share this anecdote. I had little cut on my finger or my thumb or something like that, and I did not wear gloves. I was tackling these exotic peppers. They're super super spicy, super super hot, and they're probably like habaneros or maybe a little hotter.
Mhm.
And yeah, well, it stung the crap out of me, and it kept stinging and stinging and stinging and stinging. And you would figure that the sting would go away, kind of like the fire in your mouth will subside after a time. You figured it would be similar. No,
Right.
it was not.
Well, at
Because
least it disinfected your cut, didn't it?
the sting persisted and persisted and persisted, and freaking several days later, I'm just like, it still hurts. And then I finally freaking figured out why. I'm looking at the freaking cut on my digit, and I'm like, you little son of a bitch. And I freaking grab a pair of tweezers, and I pick a piece of the pepper out of my finger.
Ow.
That's why it kept burning me for days.
Oh no.
I was furious with myself, and I wanted to just plunge the freaking tweezers into my freaking. I was so mad. It's like, yeah, that was my stupid fault. No one else's, just mine.
Mm.
Oh, well, you know what they say, Justin? Shit happens, right?
You can just stick your
That's okay.
finger in a
A
glass.
friend of mine stuck his hand in a freaking lionfish tank. If you don't know what a lionfish is, look it up. It's a gorgeous fish. It's crazy beautiful. There's a bunch of different types of them too. But the defining characteristic of this fish is that it's got kind of an attitude. Hey Ted, how you doing?
Hello, Ted.
If you know anything about this fish, it has this thing on its back, right? This fin, and the fin actually has these spines in it,
Mhm.
and the spines contain venom. Okay, so the fish is in the tank like this, and in its alert status, the fin will go up like that, and then it can even go like this, straight up. If you put your hand in the tank and it ends up staying in your hand. Well, a bunch of my friends had done this to this fish, and well, one of my friends, I was standing right next to him when he did it. I was like, "Dude, don't do it! Dude, don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it!" And the guy that owns the fish is telling him, "Please, don't do that. You're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it. Don't do it. I'm telling you, as the owner of the fish, it's my fish, dude. Please don't stick your hand in the tank. Don't do that." And I'm like, "Okay, legally, you're covered, bud." He's just like, "I know." And I'm like, I'm a witness to this foolishness. And he did. He stuck his hand in the tank and he got stung. And even like a week later, or maybe even a month, I don't remember, but he took the bandage off and he's like, "Dude, it still hurts. I don't know why." Oh. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, "Give me that." He's like, "Oh, dude, it's so sensitive." Ah. And he's freaking out. And I'm like, I'm squeezing it. He's like, "What the fuck are you squeezing it for? Oh, you're such a dick." And I'm like, "Dude, you have a piece of it stuck in there." And he's like, "No way, dude. Come on. Dude, I even thought about that, but I didn't even look at it because it hurts so bad." So I went and I got my trusty tweezers, a different pair, and I dug that sucker out of there for him. He's like, "Dude, oh my God." The next day, it didn't hurt anymore. It didn't hurt anymore. It was a little sore for about a week for about a week after that, and once in a while with throb or whatever. But no, and eventually the freaking the pain was gone. And he's like, "Dude, man, I hated you for doing that to me." I'm like, "Do you feel better?" He's like, "Yes." I'm like, "You're welcome."
Some guys are pussies when they feel a little bit of pain, aren't they?
Oh yeah, no doubt, Ted. Congrats, buddy.
Yeah.
Cool. Are you enjoying yourself where you are? So, yeah, that was that. Not the brightest thing to do. But he wasn't the only one that did it. There was like a half a dozen other people that did it before him, and I was like, and I looked right at my friend. Like when he got his hand stung, you know what he did? He immediately ran out of the freaking apartment. He ran out of that dude's apartment, and he went right to the emergency room. And these people at the emergency room are like, "Okay," because they had seen this like several times in the last like month.
Must be a common
And
injury.
well, it was because this one guy was. They thought he was. The people at the emergency room thought that he was letting people stick their hand in the tank, and no, he would tell them no every time. I was standing right freaking there, and every time he's just like, "No, don't stick your hand in the tank, dude." You like, there's so many reasons why. None the least of which is you gonna get stung. It's gonna hurt. You're gonna go to the emergency room. They're gonna tell you the only thing that can help you is time. Eventually, like if you're allergic to it, we can quell your freaking allergic reaction. Yes, but otherwise, no. The only thing that's going to help you is time. It's going to hurt for about a week. Too bad. Well, anyway, so yeah, don't food for thought. If you know that something is poisonous, do not allow yourself to be stung by it, or bitten by it, or scratched by it, or even approached by it if you can help it.
Just don't touch it. Period.
Yeah, use better judgment and avoid the creature instead of allowing yourself to be harmed by it.
You can look, but you can't touch.
Like
Well,
the
exactly.
jackass on freaking
Look,
YouTube
don't
that lets
touch.
himself get freaking. No, there's some. I don't remember his name, but there's a jackass on YouTube that actually freaking lets himself get stung by bullet ants and hornets and wasps and things. And I'm like,
Yeah, you have a bunch. You have
You know-
nutty people on YouTube.
On that note, I gotta go grab a beer. I'll be right back. I'm empty.
We'll hold
sweet.
down.
I'm glad, Ted. I'm glad. You taking off, Ted?
I
I
wonder
know you
if we-
probably got like a million things to do there, and freaking your phone's
Ted's
probably
got
not the
a
freaking best source of internet that you could have right now, but your computer is not functional. I get it. I understand.
Yeah, we got it. I got it first.
So anyway,
I forgot to send him the link anyway because I need to actually keep a list. I'm old school. I'll have to write them down, and when I send out the notifications,
so David, you got your tracking number today, didn't you, buddy?
I sure did. But I
All
wasn't
right.
going to say anything about it until you said anything about it.
Nah, whatever. That's fine.
But
Either way,
you know
whatever
what's
way,
going to happen. I'm going to do the unboxing live. So
you can do it live if you'd like. It's fine. It'll probably be there by Monday, maybe Tuesday, but you don't have to wait all that time. You could open it and then freaking like just show everybody on Friday if you'd like. It's up to
that's
you.
what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to make a video. I'll make a video of the unboxing.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever you'd like.
And not
It's-
wait to put the video up until after.
Like I tell everybody, once it leaves my possession, it's no longer mine.
I wish I had. Well, daggone, I know about wiring, and I got all kinds of wires and light bulbs and stuff around here. I'll figure out how to. When I get it and have a chance to look at it, I'll figure out if I can light it up somehow. Some light in it or something. And they can just run on a battery. They don't need to be plugged in or anything. We'll see. But it'll be in time for Halloween. It'll be scary. I'll make a video of it.
That's all right. I like the skulls I got from Captain Jerk because it makes a nice armrest.
They sure do.
That's what I'm resting my arm. This arm right here. There's the skull
They
right
sure
here.
do.
Makes a nice
they make a nice
armrest.
armrest for sure.
Yeah.
That skull will probably be there long after we're all dead and gone.
Hey, just think of this, Ron. If you had a big old chair and you put this like at the end of the armrest, you could just go like this. When people come in, they'd see you like this, like.
Chicken and pork.
Yes.
Hi, Crystal.
Hi.
Look, it's Crystal.
How are you?
Crystal.
Crystal is not amused right now because I gave her a ha ha.
Oh,
She's trying to hide.
smack him, Crystal. Don't take that from him. Smack him.
Crystal is a non-violent type. If she was going to do anything, she'd probably throw something at me. I'm not kidding.
All of a sudden, all of a sudden we see a frying pan come flying at you.
It's usually she'll usually flick a hair tie at me. She'll be like,
Mm. Oh,
"See, she's a sweet girl." Hi. Hey, buddy.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hi.
Oh, yeah. I'm not trying to tickle you. It just happens. Here, better. All right. Go on. Go do your thing. Whatever you want. You don't have to make dinner.
No, I'm not. Actually, my knee hurts.
There you go. That's your answer. It looks like I'm going to be making dinner because her knee hurts today. So
mm.
that's fine. Yes, yes.
You're
So tonight, I'm going to be making a mold of a gargoyle.
So are you making the mold the one that you showed us, or is there something different?
The smaller one.
Oh, the smaller one.
I'm going to make the. Chewing on my tongue over here. There's Ted.
Oh, you made it. Well, halfway.
So, I wanted to try to freaking coat it with something first, but I don't think I have anything to coat it with. I ran out of lacquer.
Mm.
Well, that's a hell of a
So,
note.
there's Ted's foot. Hi, Ted's
Yeah.
foot.
Yeah, wrong. I'm using the phone and it doesn't work. That's all right. We've been through this before. I'll wait till I get the computer hooked up.
Okay. Hi, Ted's hamper.
See you later, guys.
All right. Have a
Yeah.
good
See you
night,
later.
See you, David.
Dave is currently muted. I don't know why.
I don't know either.
Maybe he's farting.
Dave accidentally muted himself
I think he did.
because we can't.
I am
There you
muted.
go.
Yeah.
Oh, I know how I did it. When Ted came in, my cursor went over and I clicked it.
I think if you hit the M button, it might mute. I'm not sure.
I see exactly how the operator did it. The mute button was right next to tab too.
Sure.
Ted. Ted's still there.
A little,
Yeah.
He doesn't
Yeah.
know it. He's
slightly.
Still there.
All you have to do is turn your camera around. Look at your phone.
So
Yeah,
we
I need to
we
send-
can sit here and watch Ted's TV.
Just touch your screen and then your app will come
There you
up.
go, guys.
There we go.
That's
Hey,
actually
there we go.
my
Yeah.
phone cast onto my TV.
You know, you've
Your
got
phone
awfully
cast.
nice hardwood floors there. I see.
Okay.
You like my son's hardwood floors?
Yeah, I
that's
do.
pretty
That's the
nice.
first thing I noticed.
Oh, that's
So
your
now I
son's
gotta-
place?
So now
That's
I gotta
one thing
go
I
and
was
turn.
glad to get when I moved in here was to get hardwood floors. That was.
I thought you were getting your own place.
I got my own place.
No, I'm talking to Ted.
No, he's not getting his own place.
I think he froze. Yeah, he froze.
Yeah. No, I
That's
thought
all right,
it was
though.
a permanent arrangement. Maybe I'm wrong.
Where the hell did I go?
I don't know.
You're here. We can hear you.
Yeah, that camera doesn't want to play. It won't change. I'm gonna have to restart the phone. That's okay.
That's okay. We'll look.
All
at
right,
your-
we'll just sit here and look at your feet all night.
Yeah, we'll.
Yeah, does that help?
There
Yeah.
you go.
We can see you now.
Now we can see you.
See, that's a hell of a thing because it won't let me when I go and open the phone and change it to the other camera, it doesn't work. But there's so now I've got a good view of the back of my phone.
That's all right. It's working.
Although I can look over at my TV that this is cast onto and see myself. Oh,
That's
the wonders of technology. Okay.
Yeah, as
Yes,
long as you see yourself, you're okay.
Well, I don't need to see myself. I know how ugly I am.
I know how ugly I am. I love it when I get somebody else on the show, so I'm not looking at my ugly face on the.
Yeah, I got to shut the lights off in the bathroom every time I look in the
I like it
mirror.
when I
Click.
showcase.
Yeah, I'm here at my son's
Uh.
house with my wife, and we're we're looking for a house. And,
Oh, you're looking for a place. Okay.
oh yeah, and it'll take time. So we have all this money in the bank, and we're gonna have to find something to spend it on.
Yeah, like our Uncle Sam will get it.
Well, actually, we're old enough that it doesn't matter. We're over
okay.
the age. Yeah, we're over the age of 65, so there's no capital gains.
Oh, so you don't. Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Yep.
I got a little bit of money in the bank.
Good for you.
Not to brag, I do. I got. From putting in all that overtime for 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed weird to go down and put all that money in the bank and then look at it on my phone.
Well, it comes up on the. Well, you got it. I got an email today from the credit union that says I can get an app, but I looked all over for it and I couldn't find it. But I don't have computers enough. I'm thinking about 3 years from now, doing a YouTube gathering somewhere here in North Carolina. Place unknown yet. It would, I'd like to get kind of a vote whether to do it on the beach or do it in the mountains or do it on one of the lakes and get some fun, some fun things to do, some sailing, some jet skis or whatever.
Oh, geez. Wow.
But I need people to make a firm commitment. I don't want to set it all up and
Nobody show up.
nobody show up because that would be a lot of money.
Yeah, it would be.
But as soon as this, what we can't mention on YouTube is over with, I want to put that little earworm in everybody's ear.
Are you monetized?
Have Tom Noble here, try to get the contingent on the other side of the pond over, maybe talk to one of the airlines and see if they can get a deal, like a tour,
David
and
Collins.
fly them all in.
I don't think you get in trouble if you're not monetized.
Yeah, you don't get in trouble for that.
Well, it's the pink elephant.
Unless you're monetized.
What can we say about it? I mean, we've talked about that thing over and over. And
I say whatever I want on my channel.
Yeah, so do I.
You can say code, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'm not that far from North and South Carolina. It was about an 8-hour drive for me.
Oh,
Really? Where are you? Just
What? I'm just 2 hours from Detroit. I'm in
you just
Canada.
hop. What do you get on I-75 and just hop down and get on 40?
Yep. So just scoot down that way, come down through
40
Ohio
goes
and everything.
40 goes right through my town. That's the interstate.
Yeah.
There's 40.
Yeah, I
I'm
used to
here
go to
where-
North
I'm
and
where
South Carolina
40
too. Used to go there all
40
the time back in the trucking days. Of course, I'm going back trucking, so I'll be
Well, you know
scooting
where
down that way again.
you know where US 52 is. I'm where 52 and almost
Yeah.
a mile, probably a mile from where 52 and 40 cross each other.
Hmm.
it's a hell of a slog from here.
There's really nothing here. We got like a little lake, it's not even a half a mile wide. It's a nice town, but I figured
Yeah.
it'd be nice to go somewhere that would. I don't have a shop like Dizzy, and I don't have a golden pond like Dizzy has.
Yeah, I'm up here in Maine, so it's a hell of a slog from South Carolina.
Are you in Derry?
I thought you said you were in Detroit.
No, that's Toyman.
I'm 2 hours from Detroit. I'm on the.
I got to switch. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it takes me
Maine
2
would be-
hours to get to Detroit, cross the border, and then I scoot down.
Maine would be a hop.
Yes.
It's a lot farther
Think
away
this
for
way.
me.
Toyman is only slightly farther north than me, believe it or not.
Well, we'll get you guys here.
Just like Michigan. Michigan
we'll
is only
work something
slightly
out.
farther north than Connecticut.
We'll get you and Dizzy and Tina, and
Slightly.
we'll figure something out.
Yeah, I don't live all that far from Dizzy.
Well, see, where I live is a central location. I'm not far from. You can be in Florida in 6 hours. You can be in Georgia in 2 hours. You can be in South Carolina in an hour. You know, I'm pretty centrally located. I'm about an hour and a half north of Charlotte. And everybody, if you know anything about North Carolina, you know where Charlotte is. So I can be in Charlotte in an hour and a half. And Charlotte Airport, Douglas Airport, that's the main hub for American Airlines. That's where all of the American stuff is. So it's a hub airport.
Yeah, I don't go anywhere I can't drive. So
Will it be quite a drive? Maine, gosh, 15.
yeah,
15 hours.
I'm not going to get on an airplane, not for lots of reasons.
Well, oh, okay.
One of them is the you know, what you were talking about before.
Well, hopefully most of that will be cleared up. So.
I hope so.
Yeah, we'll get Captain Jerk here if he wants to come. We'll see to that. We'll get him on a jet ski.
Probably not.
You don't see Captain Jerk on it.
I've
Well-
been on a jet ski years ago.
I've never been on a jet ski. I've never been on a Sea-Doo. I've never been on any of them things. I've been on a paddle boat, and I've been in a canoe, a bass boat. That's pretty
don't
much it.
We don't know what kind of boat yet.
I've never even been on a damn. Wait, I don't know if I've been on a ferry or not.
We can fix it.
I don't
We have
know how many
ferries
boats
here.
I've actually been on, but I know I've never rode a Sea-Doo or anything like that. So
Mhm. And
Well,
you've
if
never
you
been
come
on
to
a
North
ferry. Well, that's a
Carolina,
good thing.
If we leave the coast,
You thought the same thing I did, Toy Man.
Yeah, that's right. I've never been on a ferry either. So there you
No,
go.
I've never had that urge.
I've been on a ferry a number of times. We have them here in North
Yeah,
Carolina.
he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't know.
No, not
Anyway,
that kind of
so
ferry.
yeah, that's perfectly fine.
You know,
by
I
the way.
thought about that ferry, but
Different kind of ferry, David. Different kind of ferry.
No, I
Yes.
thought it, but I didn't
So
say
I believe there's a ferry in Derry, Maine.
a magical.
That could be. We
I
have
believe
ferries
there's
here in Maine.
I believe there's also a dairy in Derry, Maine.
I think they have ferries in all 50 states.
So I'm going to take
Quite
the Derry
possible.
ferry to the Derry Dairy.
Quite possible.
I'm going to take the Derry ferry to the Derry Dairy.
We have a lot of.
Talking about a ferry that that floats on the water. I've driven my tractor trailer onto a ferry,
Yeah,
which was a different experience.
I'm sure.
Well, that had to
I'm
be.
sure.
Yeah, it was a first because I had to go to Vancouver Island.
Oh, really? Vancouver Island. Wow.
Yeah. So the only way to get to Vancouver Island is
On a boat.
take the boat across.
Yeah, by boat.
Yeah.
Mm.
Are there any big towns out there?
They're all small little towns.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
But they still need freight.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, we
they
got the
Yeah, we-
Outer Banks, and
We have lots of ferries in Maine. They all go out to islands on the coast.
all the trucks and buses are in the bottom of the ship, and then the cars and everything are up top.
Makes sense.
makes sense.
Don't want 'em to
It's
get top.
It's a big ferry, so
It's a lot of weight.
You want them to get. It must be. It must be.
yeah. So
Yeah, all the
Takes about-
islands,
Mhm.
off the coast of Maine are served by ferries.
Yeah, it takes about
the-
an hour to get across.
Well, we
Yeah.
got them here in North Carolina, the East Coast on the Outer Banks. They got ferries that go through between some of those islands.
Yep.
And they need everything. You know, on an island, if you buy gas
Yep.
at the gas station, they had to truck that gas, and that gas had to be carried over there on a boat. But they
Everything
have some of that
is
stuff
expensive
transported
on
on
the
barges. They don't transport it on the ferries. They have freight ferries, you know, kind of thing. So
Complicated living on an island.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
can be.
But it's like
But yeah.
it has a population of like 1,500 in the wintertime and like a population of 4,000 in the summertime because, you
Yeah.
know, people like to vacation there, but they don't want to be there in the middle of the winter.
Yeah, I mean, everything you have to do off the island, gets complicated. You have to go to a doctor's appointment, or if it's something that doesn't serve on the island.
Well, if
Well,
you
they
live
have
in
an
New York
element-
City, you can live in one of those big freaking skyscrapers, and you might never leave it. They
You
have
might-
Yeah.
everything. Some of those skyscrapers have absolutely everything that a person needs, and it's been documented that there are some people that live in those things that have never left. They live their whole entire 80-year life inside the freaking thing, and they just never went anywhere because there's doctors in there, there's hospitals, there's schools, there's shopping, there's groceries, everything.
But at least in New York, you could get everything you would need would be on your block. You would never have to leave your block.
Well, in those freaking buildings, they are kind of like a biosphere in a way, and everything that you freaking can't get in that particular building, you can have delivered. Anything.
Well, now you can.
Well,
Instacart.
no, even back in the day, even back in the 30s, you could have just about everything delivered to you in a city.
Well, heck
Yeah.
yeah. That's the way they did it. You had the poultry guy.
Like-
You had the
As soon as cities in the United States were well established, that's how a lot of people got most of their stuff. It was just delivery, and they'd gladly pay it because it's easier and more cost effective for them to pay for the delivery than it is for them to freaking traipse all over town and waste their time.
Well, they have those in New York. They have those messengers that you can
Oh yeah.
those people.
I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Well, I'm currently living in Portland, Maine, and
All right.
it's the biggest city in Maine, and you can get anything delivered here. You can order groceries. And that's unlike where I used to live in. I used to live in Denmark, Maine, and it's very rural, and you can't get anything. It's a wonder that we have electricity. It's totally different here.
Yeah.
But but here we are. My son and his wife have gone away. They're for a couple of days. Their anniversary is this weekend, so we're here at the house.
All right. That's nice.
My wife is upstairs with the kids. They're very quiet. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, that's when you have to worry.
Well, I don't have to worry too much. She takes care of most
He's
of
with
that.
them. When the kids are quiet and nobody's with them, that's when you worry.
Yes, you're exactly right about that.
How you doing, Hazy Days? Good to see you.
Hazy, you're here.
My goodness.
Long time no see, Hazy Days. What's going on, buddy?
Great tune this afternoon. Did you see his video he put up? Bob Dylan
Yeah.
tune.
I always watch his videos.
And did you go for your 4-mile walk today?
No audio?
Who's got no audio? Uh-oh.
I didn't hear.
Dave asked you if you went for your 4-mile walk today.
Was I muted again? I wonder if that's doing it by itself. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
hear you,
we can
David.
hear you. Yeah,
Okay.
we can hear you.
Well, Hazy's in the. He's not live. He's not on the panel.
Oh, okay.
No, he's
Well,
in
that
the chat.
explains-
One comment in the.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, he's
explains that. I thought, okay, all right.
he's in the
Misunderstood.
chat.
You can come up if you want. Hazy, I'll put the link in.
Must be getting kind of late over there.
It'd be 11, almost 11 o'clock over there.
Yeah. I can't keep track. It's a wonder I know what time it is here.
You're on the same time as we are, right? Still Eastern.
Eastern Standard. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't do daylight savings there.
Actually, we do.
So you would be Eastern daylight time.
So we're actually in daylight time now.
Yeah.
Right after Halloween, we change.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Back to the other time. Okay. I just wish
I
I could
wish-
just leave the damn things alone.
I wish they'd leave it one way or the other.
Exactly. Well, there's a few states already that don't do it. And
Yeah.
I think
Arizona
South
doesn't do it.
Carolina's one of them that doesn't do it anymore.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
trying to push it
They've
here in
done away
Ontario. We're trying to
Yeah.
get the same thing. Stop fooling with the clocks. Just leave it alone.
Well, that's outmoded. And that, whatever reason they were doing it, that's outmoded, outdated by now.
Yeah.
Well,
East-
They've been doing
it's
it so
outdated
long,
because
I don't remember why they were doing it.
they did it back in the day for the farmers. That's why. But now,
Right.
now the farmers are modern day and they've got lights on their tractors, so
They
it
got
doesn't
lights.
matter. Yeah.
right. The reason
Yeah.
for doing it
I
doesn't
heard-
exist.
Yeah.
I heard around here they had it so kids wouldn't have to wait on the school bus in the dark in the morning. Well, they still have to wait for the school bus in the dark and
Yeah. Yeah.
get up
So-
so early to go to school.
Well, you can't do
They-
anything about the days getting shorter, but
No.
you can't, I mean, just leave it alone.
Yeah.
And everybody's going, well, we get that extra hour of daylight if we change the clocks. No, you don't.
Nonsense.
You lose it. Where you
Yeah.
lose it in the morning, you pick it up in the evening.
Yeah. You're not getting anything extra. The sun's been
I
coming up
saw
and
a-
sitting down for millions of years. It
Mhm.
doesn't register time. So
I saw
The sun doesn't know time.
an Indian guy, made a quote that said, only a white man can cut the bottom off a blanket, sew it on the top, and think he has a longer blanket.
yeah.
Yeah, it may have made sense at one time. I know Eastern Maine, extreme Eastern Maine, down what they call down east, wants to change so they're with Atlantic Canada.
Yeah.
Nova Scotia is in a different time zone.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
And that's
And,
where I
they-
was headed. A lot of people don't know that there's that,
Right,
they call it Atlantic time. So there's another.
Atlantic. Yeah, because they're right. I mean, parts of Maine are right there with Nova Scotia across
Yeah.
and they'd like to all be the same.
Well, when I worked for my dad in the food service supply business, they had a Coast Guard. We had we sold stuff to the Coast Guard, and we had this one ship that we kind of adopted, and we sent them all kinds of weird stuff for that ship that weren't even food service related. Like we sent them the elements for their water heater, and they were based in Kittery, Maine.
Yep.
And I think I'll remember the name of the ship in a second. It's been 20 years since I even thought about that.
Yeah, Kittery is where
They could not get heating elements for their water heater from anywhere else. We knew where to get the elements, and they happened to be the elements that they used in one of these steam cookers in a restaurant. They put the elements in what they called a booster, that boiler that boiled the steam, and we're talking about 480 volts, 3-phase, probably about 6 kilowatts, and they would, in that ship, we would, if they needed something overnight, they would say, okay, well, we're docked at Norfolk, Virginia. We'd have the part delivered directly to the ship.
That's my
Somebody's phone.
that's my phone. That was my YouTube notification going off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have different sounds for different notifications. I have a certain notification for Hangouts, a certain notification for Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Can't think of the name of that ship, and it was based in Maine somewhere. Portland, it might have been.
Well, no, the Portsmouth, Kittery is right across the New Hampshire border from Portsmouth, which is, there's a naval shipyard there. Portsmouth Naval Shipyard is right across the Piscataqua River, and from the New Hampshire border. And there's a lot of naval marine activity
That's
down there.
where that was then, because I have had a lot of stuff shipped by air to that location. Because when
there's
your
a big,
water heater goes out, you need to park for your water heater.
there's a big Coast Guard presence down there too.
Yep. And it's bugging me now. I'll remember the name of the ship, but it was, they called us up for everything. We need a so-and-so. We knew exactly what we needed to send them. Everything was all set to go, But we did a lot of that stuff for the Navy. We, some of that had to be fabricated.
Yep.
You want to talk about some bucks that fabricated
Big
stuff.
business.
Government they didn't care.
Big,
they didn't
big business making stuff for the Navy.
Yeah.
More than any other branch of the service because of the size of some of those boats.
Yeah.
The stuff that they need is damned aircraft carriers,
Well, the ovens in the aircraft carriers, all of the equipment and air cooking equipment in a kitchen on an aircraft carrier, you can't have anything other than stainless steel. This company that we used to sell ovens for, they were nice. They were convection ovens, and the door handles were made out of wood. All it was a nice piece of wood with the end, the brackets that hold it on the door. Well, they had the very same model of oven on the naval aircraft carriers, but they could not have the wood handle. So we had a stainless steel handle made just for that.
Yeah.
And it would be twice or 3 times the price of what the stock handle would be for that oven. But no wood on the ship. They don't want anything that will burn.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame them. I don't think you'll find much wood on a submarine either.
No.
Nope.
They're willing to go the extra buck for that.
Yeah, well, it's not their bucks, so.
Oh, it's the government, and they can make money.
Yeah, they can just print some more.
That's how everybody got all these stimulus checks. It was just the government printing money.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that sent them back, but it's a wonder we're not still getting them. Some people are, I guess.
Yeah, some people are getting them. They got to be, because you can't get anybody to work. Nobody wants to work. All these places around here, I don't know about where you are, but hiring, they're having like 17-year-old kids that have just gotten their driver's license driving trucks and stuff like that.
There's a severe shortage.
But you get a little kid that'll want to work, a 17-year-old kid, first job.
Well, where is it? It's out in Los Angeles. They have dozens of container ships sitting offshore waiting to be unloaded. And one of the reasons they can't be unloaded is because there's no truck drivers to drive the freight away from the dock.
Well, I'm in work for a company that does manufacturing. We do work for Amazon and for Grainger and all that. And we can't get product, or
Right.
supplies because they're on the boat. They're sitting out there on the boat.
Yep.
And no way to get
Yep.
for us to get it.
It's amazing,
I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat.
On the boat.
Anyway,
That's the word that goes around. It's on the boat. It's when we don't have something, it's on the boat.
good night, Hazy Days. We'll see you, buddy.
All right, man. He's heading to bed.
Good night, Hazy.
Have a good
He
night.
said that like 10 minutes ago, so he's probably not
Yeah, I
even
know.
Yeah, he's
Sweet
gone.
dreams.
Yeah.
Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Already.
Yeah, guys, I gotta step out. My wife is coming down the stairs, so I'm going to let you go, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, Ted. You have a good one. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Take care.
Let's see you, bud.
Have Shandog and Tom Noble anytime now.
Now, if I could just get it turned off.
Just hit where it says leave studio. Click.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay. I know it takes a little bit for the phone to go, hey, okay. Hello. Gee, look at that. Everybody left me. I'm all alone.
Oh, yeah. You got me some nanner bread.
Mm. Oh, I'll tell you, it was a busy night last night at work. Holy smokes. Always on a Friday, for me, it's Thursday night, but it's my Friday. It's always 15 to 16 trailers that got to get done. I go all week, hardly do anything, and then on the last night that I got to work, oh yeah, we got to get all this done. Oh, what were you doing for the rest of the week?
Yeah.
Steel trailers to get loaded, drywall trailers, paper trailers, big rolls of paper had to get loaded. Holy.
Feast or famine.
Yeah, that's what it's like around there. We'll have 1 week where we hardly do anything. Following week, all of a sudden, we're just like going like gangbusters. It's like,
Yeah. Well, I want to tell you what we're making money off. We're making a killing off of now is Amazon. We bought this company out in the Midwest or something like that. Didn't work for Amazon. I think the people wanted to retire and just get out of business. We bought up that little company, and we can't make enough of that stuff.
You work for Amazon, Dave?
We have a job that we do for Amazon. We make lawn and garden supplies for them, an industrial spray, like industrial cleaning, like the spray bottles and condiment bottles for restaurants. You can look it up. It's called Pinnacle. Pinnacle is the name. But we have this machine that makes these, what we call yard staples. It had to be bolted to the floor. And it is one of the noisiest machines there ever was. And all it takes is steel wire. It takes galvanized steel wire. It comes on a big spool and it goes and makes a staple out of it. think some of them are steel and some of them are aluminum.
Yes, some
Where's
staples are aluminum, which is kind of useless.
Aluminum's expensive.
Well, it's not about the expense; it's about the functionality
It won't rust.
and ability of the machine to efficiently make it, and the wear and tear on the machine.
Yeah.
If you've got a machine that cuts wire and bends it into shape for staples, right? Let's say
Yeah.
it bends the staple, it bends the end of the wire into a staple shape, and then it snips it off, right?
Yeah,
Now,
and it has to
it's
snip it
going
off.
to do that tens of thousands of times per day at a very fast rate. It's going to be like, and just freaking make thousands of staples probably every second or whatever, okay?
It makes about one a minute.
Now check this out. If it's making freaking thousands of staples every freaking hour, right? There's going to be a lot of wear and tear on that machine. If the pieces are made out of steel, that's a harder metal. Therefore, the cutter and the benders on that are going to wear out faster. If they make those staples out of aluminum and it can still function within a bare tolerance of what the steel one does, they're going to opt to freaking use the aluminum instead of the steel in the machine to make the staples, not just for the freaking, not just
Not
so
my
they,
problem. I don't have anything
not
to
just
do
so they
with
can freaking like
staples.
have the freaking the relationship with the aluminum industry, but so that it doesn't cost them so much to freaking maintain their machines.
We make get them on the staple. I don't know where they make them, but they come on big rolls, and all we do is cut them into the sections so they can go in the box.
Mhm.
We put the staples in the box.
Any application where your machine requires more maintenance because of the material that you're processing, you're always looking for a freaking way to put less maintenance into the machine.
That machine's not even on our site. I don't know where that machine.
Oh yeah, I know, but I'm just
It
saying.
works pretty well because we get staples office.
I just put my email in the private chat for you there, Dave.
All right, I have a site problem, so I'm gonna
Oh, okay.
take myself off camera and I'm gonna try to dig it out.
You notice how you can read my emails pretty well, Dave?
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, because I for some reason I don't know exactly why, but when I type in my emails, the letters are really, really freaking huge.
All right.
I think that might have been because I copied and pasted
Yeah.
some.
It didn't come up in private chat. I'm gonna go ahead and put mine in the.
It might be because I copied and pasted some HTML in there, and now it's just a residual of that. Where every time I use my freaking email, it's just. It might be the setting that I used,
Right.
or something. I don't know. I have no idea. What I do know is that my lettering, when I type, is super, super huge, and everybody else's lettering is like regular size.
Oh.
So you weren't doing that just for me. That's how it turns.
No, I wasn't doing it just for you, Dave. It just happens. I'm not quite sure why.
I appreciated that.
I'm not quite sure why. I like it. I like being able to read what I'm typing.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Hey, even though I have better than 20/20 vision, that doesn't mean I like to try to read what's on a grain of sand.
You don't like to read medicine bottles. That's I think that's some of the smallest print on those.
Look,
But I got a cool app on my phone. I got a magnifying glass on my
even
phone.
I have trouble reading that kind of stuff, Dave. And let me tell you something. I have trained my eyes to see quite a bit of detail in many different situations, thousands of different situations. Um, when I was a little kid, I was like 10, 11. I think I was like 11. I trained myself to see the worn out print that was on the antique silver coins that I had. Like I would find antique coins, like really old American coins. I'd find them at like tag sales and flea markets when I was a kid, and I'd buy as many as I could. I'd just buy the lot of them if I could, you know. And,
Oh, you don't have
and they told me at this one freaking tag sale, this is not this is a coin, and we don't know what year it's from, and this and that because it's so faded and so worn and it's almost flat. So we
Yeah.
can't even freaking tell what it is. I took it home and I put it on my bed, and I'm sitting there, and I can see it in a certain light, and I'm like, hey, I know what that is, and I look it up in my book that I had, and sure enough, that's exactly what it is. I could barely make it out, but I freaking figured it out. Hey, Shandog, what's up?
Oh, there you go. I thought you, Shandog, I thought you had my text. I was just about to text you.
Shandog, I tell you what,
Hey,
package for you. The package for you will be going out on Monday. All right, buddy?
Ted,
That's what that is.
I put my email in the chat, but I guess you can't do anything with it because you're on the phone. I don't know.
Because I have another package. My friend Bob, if he ever gives me his address, I want to send his package out on Monday as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but the guy that one of the guys, I bought a freaking like the full size, the regular human size skull from me, has not paid me yet. Surprise,
How
surprise.
how you doing, Shandog? Good to see you, buddy.
I'll just leave the link in the chat because it's late on in the show. I'll stay on, but I wondered if Tom was going to come back. He said he'd be back.
He probably will be.
So we'll wait out for him. And if I just run out of hours on StreamYard, well, I'll deal with it, you know.
All right, I just sent you an email, Dave.
Okay.
Good to see you,
You were
Shandog. Like I said, I'm doing good, man. Doing really good. Now it's the weekend. Woohoo! It's time to party.
Now, are you on Hangouts?
Yep, I do have Hangouts.
I'll go ahead and which is email better for you? Because I have viewers that use email.
Well, it doesn't matter. Either way, it's all good.
Okay.
I have links that come in through email. I have links that come in through my Twitter and Hangouts. So I have 3 different avenues. So there you go.
Pardon my
Uh-huh.
Chrome Dome here. Where is the invite button? No, I don't want settings.
Oh my. Oh my. You okay, Dave?
Huh? I'll worry about that later.
Yes.
You know, when you're looking for something, you can't find
Mhm.
it. But in the moment, and then later on, you go, "Oh, well, how did I miss that?"
All right. Well, I'm going to drop out, Dave. I'm going to go up and make some dinner. I'm getting hungry.
Okay,
Okay.
what's for dinner?
Thanks for having me up, anyways.
You're
Justin, it's
welcome.
good to see you. Everybody in the chat, you have a good one.
We'll
And,
see you next week. I'll send you the link next week. So,
all right, sounds good. Yeah, I'm going live at 8 o'clock tonight. So,
well, then
Later
I'll
on.
go on your show.
all right. Yep, yeah, that's Eastern
Just
Standard
email
Time.
me the
So,
link to your broadcast there now.
yep, I sure will.
All right.
All right.
So I'll go. I'll sign off and then take a little break, and then I'll go on yours. So,
yeah, because it's about an hour and a half before I go live now. So,
yeah, we'll probably go about another hour. We're waiting on
yeah.
Tom, and he said he would
Okay.
try to come back before we were done.
All right.
Have a good dinner.
Well, yeah, thank you. We'll see you then. Later.
Oh yeah.
It's just us. You know, Toy Man's great. I've watched a few of his videos. I may be subscribed to him.
Sorry, go.
I haven't seen anything from Tom about the Chevy, about the truck. I mean, not
No, you won't for a while.
Was that a 1930, 38 Chevy?
39.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was thinking about what I was going to do with the rest of the evening. Now I know what I'm going to do with some of it.
So, Shandog, you probably just use PayPal. Silly. If you don't want to use PayPal, that's fine. I mean, freaking didn't just use freaking the former method. It's whatever. You can do it. You can do it that way. It's good. But it's never a good idea to send it through the mail.
Well, you could. I guess you wouldn't take a check though.
Huh?
Then you would have to go to the bank.
Hey, Tom. Tommy, you coming up? Yes, no. Maybe.
We'll give him a minute. You know, there's something about living near a hospital. You hear ambulances all the time, night and day. We even have a
Yes, I do. Yes, I do, David. Night and
We
day.
even have a
I
helicopter.
hear
Yeah.
damn stupid ambulances. And I hear helicopters because there's a heliport right up the street in the other direction. So there's an ambulance. There's a freaking a hospital that way,
Yeah.
and then there's a freaking helipad right up the street the other way, about as far away too. Actually, the helipad might be a little farther, but tell you what, it takes a freaking helipad. It takes a helicopter a lot less time to get to a helipad than it does for an ambulance to get back to the hospital. Yeah, I think PayPal's been having some difficulties lately. Shandog, just use the other one. It's fine. It's not a big deal. So whatever you're on a freaking, however far you want to go with it, buddy. Whatever. It's fine. Neither one of them is going to freaking make much of a difference. If you have any problems, though, that you want resolved, I would recommend calling PayPal. All right. If you're having a freaking problem with them, call them. Because that's what I do. When I have a problem with PayPal, I call them. You know, like, hello, PayPal. Yes, suck my balls. Click. That's pretty much it. I mean, PayPal has had some like issues over the years. And, some of them they've resolved, and some of them they have not. And one of the issues that they have not resolved is people messing with their system, which is unfortunate, and that's part of the reason that I don't keep money in it ever. I still have it. It's still a freaking, a decent way to freaking, make money transactions and buy things, sure. But to me, it's more like a prepaid debit card, kind of type thing.
Yeah.
But it's like the biggest one in the nation or the world or whatever. So
You can actually get a PayPal debit card.
I have
gas
one.
and stuff with it.
I have one, Dave.
Yeah.
I've had one for a long time, for many years.
Many years. I never had one. I just did it online.
Request one. They'll give you one right away. They'll be like, "Yep."
Well, there's never any money in my PayPal account, so
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
There's
There's no money in mine either, but I still got it.
Oh, okay. Well,
The reason I got mine was freaking because of eBay. That's the only reason I even got the damn PayPal. And over the years, I found out that it's useful for other things. And when there is money on my PayPal, I can spend it anywhere if I have that damn card. Now, at first there was like most places will even freaking accept your PayPal card as long as it's got like a MasterCard or a Visa logo on it.
yeah.
So
I got one of those through the credit union of debit. It's a Visa.
if I had more money, I would probably keep money on my freaking PayPal. I'd probably keep like $1,000 or so on there at all times and be like, "Yep, this
There's
is
no
for,
incentive. They're not paying you interest to have that money on there.
Well, no, that's not the point. But I just for like spending purposes, like if I was one of those fancy pants people that freaking just didn't know what to do with their money, I'd probably
That's
have
like
a couple
I
grand
carry
on there at all times, and I'd freaking just be like, "Oh yeah, here, have a PayPal," or
Yeah.
I'd get a PayPal prepaid card, which you can also do, just like a gift card. Be like, "Here, have a PayPal card and just freaking like hand them out. But I don't ever have money like that. But thank you again, Tom. I appreciate. Thank you again, Tom. I appreciate the lights and the freaking and the spices.
Yeah, it just took me a while to get it to you, but it's there.
Like I said, the time was not a factor. It didn't matter.
Yeah. Looking for car parts.
So, hey, Tom, I still have one of these.
Yeah, I don't need another one. I'm still got the one I got. I haven't figured out how to sit there and rotate the skull yet, but I will. I will. But yeah.
Oh yeah,
All takes time.
sure.
Let's see. I'm still
In the
looking.
meantime, no,
What are you looking for? At
You know
this
what you do is you sit there and I bet you if you put the lights in that thing and light it up, it'll go.
hey, Tom. Bucket of skulls.
Nah.
Taste the rainbow, bitch. But anyway, those don't have magnets on them yet, but those do. Like over there. Like
Yeah.
if you look and you can see on the freezer over there,
Yeah.
right there in that area, that thing's covered.
I can
There's
see it.
hundreds of them.
Okay.
Literally hundreds of them. I haven't even freaking made an accurate count yet, but there's close to 200 on there already, and this is 73 in this bucket right here. 73 right here. There's way more on that thing.
Yeah.
So, just saying, I have plenty. And like I keep saying to people, I don't even freaking sell these things most of the time. Like if people want like a bunch of them from me, yeah, I'll sell them to you. But these are mostly just advertising. You know, I freaking like I give these to people. You know, they want damn skulls or something. I give them to like I sell somebody something like this or one of the little shifter knob ones or something like that, and then I'll send them their product, but I'll also send them a bunch of these because I know that these are going to get freaking passed around. You know, and people are going to be like, "Hey,
that's why I was getting the
where did you get
refrigerator.
those snappy little freaking those snappy little skull magnets?" You know,
I have a squishy.
Oh, lucky you. Squishies.
yeah, there you go.
But I was passing them out last Christmas, and I had and along with them, I put in your email address.
Okay.
And I don't know if you got any orders for them or what, but that's what I was doing. I was chucking them out to everybody. Anybody who came by for Christmas, they got one of those with your email address on it. So, oh, wait.
Hey, thanks, Mike. I appreciate you.
Okay. Oh. Yep. It won't let me send it, telling me how much I have now, saying to wait 10 minutes. Awesome. You jumped in and out of your account a little bit, Shandog. They have a real thing on going in and out on your PayPal account. What is it? 3 times if you use the wrong login, they lock your account.
Yeah, and they lock you out for 10 minutes.
Yeah. So that's what he's saying wait 10 minutes. That's what they're doing right now is apparently you did something that they didn't like. And they're going to make you wait 10 minutes.
They probably sent you an email too saying that somebody tried to access your account. I got a text the other day that somebody tried to log into my Amazon account, and I know I didn't try. Just went straight on Amazon and changed my password on Amazon. But Amazon didn't say anybody tried to access my account. But so I went ahead and just changed the password.
Oh yeah.
Because there was nobody here that would log into my Amazon account. So that text had to be a scam.
Okay. I don't know. I gotta dig up. I gotta go searching for so many parts for that 39. It's a never-ending story. Oh, I get rid of this. This is the receipt to Captain. That's your U.S. postal receipt. You got the stuff. Don't need it anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If he
I
got
totally
it.
got it.
I was telling you that if you lightly sprinkle scrambled eggs with the green chili, it just gives your scrambled eggs just a little bit more of a kick. And if you really want to do something, mix a little sour cream in with the scrambled eggs.
Oh wow.
Yes. And try it that way. But yeah, that's what we do. That's how we use it.
Okay.
And make hamburgers, sit there and lightly sprinkle as you're making the burgers, lightly sprinkle some in the inside in the ground beef.
I don't really eat beef that much. I use a lot of chicken.
There you go.
It's most of what we freaking use for food. Is chicken.
Okay, hang on. Be right back.
Okay. This thing is weird. And it's just awkward. I don't know. Awkward. Oh yeah. Sorry, I was reading and clicking around. But yes, thank you, Shantdog. Appreciate it, buddy. No doubt about it. No doubt about it, dude. You're a great dude.
All right. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Thought I heard Amazon. I'm waiting for some stuff.
Stuff.
You're waiting for stuff.
Stuff.
I'm waiting for some plastic plugs.
Plastic what? Plugs?
Plugs. Plugs. So, okay. Well,
Tom, are you wasting away to nothing?
what? I'm down to 214.
I got weighed Tuesday, and I weighed 211 pounds.
Yeah, and
I
that's
got to lose 10 pounds.
and that's
Every
that
single-
started. That's me starting at 265.
I probably still weigh about 265.
Yeah, but you're a little bit bigger man than I am.
No, I'm 5'10".
Oh, well, I'm 5'10" too.
I was 6'1" once upon a time.
I was 5'11", but gravity sucks.
Yeah.
Compresses
Anyway,
you slowly over time.
Well, let's table that discussion for a minute. So, yeah, Jimmy C is 6'2", and he was over 3, and he is now 285.
Damn.
So he lost a bit of weight.
Yeah.
He's also a lot taller than me.
Yep. And me too.
He's got at least freaking, half a head worth of height on me. So,
Well, I'm 5'8".
well, that's the average height.
I was 5'11" for most of my life. Yeah, and then as I'm getting older, I realize that gravity is slowly compressing me. Because every time the granddaughters come over, we mark it on the garage door how tall they've gotten, and they wanted me to start doing it. And I measured, and I started at when we got the house in '97. I measured myself, and it was 5'11". And now, when the girls were just here this past, what was it? When were they here last? I measured myself, and I'm 5'10" now. So. And that's
Are you
standing
sure?
with my back up at the garage door and sitting there taking a Sharpie and rubbing it across
Tom,
my head on the garage door.
are you sure it's not? You sure it's age and not the huge black hole at the center of our galaxy that's making you shrink?
It could be both.
It could be. Yeah.
It could be. Or it could be all the hot showers I was taking.
Showers don't make you shrink.
Oh, well.
Well, hot showers wouldn't make you shrink. Cold showers would make you shrink.
Yeah. A certain part of your anatomy will shrink more than other parts.
Yeah, the underside of your freaking gullet, the underside of your throat there. Yeah. It's called the gobbler. At least that's what I call it. I call it the gobbler.
The gobbler.
Yeah, the
Turkey
gobbler.
neck. What do they call it? Turkey neck syndrome?
Yep. Turkey neck, gobbler, whatever you'd like.
Yeah.
And the older we get, well, the more inescapable it is that we are going to freaking end up looking like a turkey.
As long as I don't end up on somebody's table for dinner.
No, you want to sit at the table, not on it.
Yeah, at the table, not on it as the main course. And I'm trying to get T-Dub, Pat and I decided, depending upon where they're going to have it, I don't know if I mentioned this, that we're going to take the Camaro on Hot Rod's Power Tour. So I could end up in your guys' neck of the woods next summer with the Camaro.
Yeah, well, we were talking about me doing a gathering YouTube, but
You might end up over by David Collins, but I doubt there's any freaking way that Power Tour would ever come up here.
It's been up there before.
I don't know why.
How many drag strips are around your area? That's if you got drag strips around your area, that's what it is. It goes from Hot Rod Power. That goes from drag strip to drag strip, taking all back roads. It's a 5-day excursion.
Put it this way. My grandmother lived on this street in Enfield, Connecticut. There just happens to be a family that owns a house there. And when I was growing up, I lived at my grandmother's house for about 4 years. And that family up the street, they were race car drivers, but they were of a special breed of race car. They drove dragsters.
Mm-hmm.
They race dragsters for a hobby of a living, whatever you want to say, and not just any dragsters, jet powered dragsters.
Yeah.
So
They get paid good money going from show to show.
when they were testing out the freaking the engine for that thing, when it's in the garage, they had the unfortunate tendency to melt the neighbor's mailbox across the street.
Yeah. Yeah, there's during when
I think they only melted it once, but that was enough, you know. That
when I was a crew chief, last base I was stationed at was Hill Air Force Base, and during the winter time, just to sit there and make it easier on the pilots, I used to do a hot pre-flight, and that means I'd close the rear canopy, get in, close the front canopy, start both engines, and just sit there and warm up the avionics, the INS, just warm up the whole aircraft in general, about an hour and a half before they come out. And it's called a hot pre-flight. And I used to do that. And we had security guards, and their biggest thing was if you didn't have your line badge, your security badge hanging out and showing, they'd love to throw you to the concrete and make you eat concrete while they sit there and sort it out. And that's exactly what they did. So F4 has rear view mirrors around the canopy like this. And I saw one of those security cop assholes sitting there slowly creeping into the exhaust of the F4, trying to get warm. So I gave him a shot of 80% on the right engine and tumbled his ass down the concrete and sat there and says, "Turnabout's fair play, you son of a bitch."
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you see that video with the backwash of the freaking of the jet engine freaking sent that freaking car just tumbling down the field?
Yeah.
And it's like, why would you park there?
Well, the thing of it is, the stupidity of the people is that they don't realize what the thrust is coming out of the back of those engines. This aircraft weighs more tonnage than you can imagine, and it's going up in the air and fly. Mm-hmm. So how much power do you think it's going to need to come out of the back of that aircraft to get it up?
I understand. I'm not going to get behind a jet engine. Okay? I'm not going to leave anything that I love or hold dear or need to drive me home in the way of a jet engine.
Well, we were doing end of runway duty at Takli, Thailand during the war, and a major came up just to sit there and see what we're doing, because we play cards in between launches. And end of runway duty is all we did is we walk around the aircraft, make sure no fuel, no oil leaks, everything looked good, take all the safety pins out of the weapons and off the gear and everything, and then they go out to the active takeoff and go. And then when they come back, you got end of runway again. Now you got to repin everything. So we were at the launch end to launch him. And Major's standing there, and he's watching these F-111s take off, and we had a 4-ship group that just took off. And he turned around and he looked at me and he sat there and he said, "If I had that much fire coming out of my ass, I would fly too."
So, all right. When you were in the military, you were working on, did they have you working on the assembly line, freaking testing defective weapons, where they set a shell in front of you and you hit it with a hammer?
Use me as a test dummy for ejection seats? Nah.
Yeah.
Right. If it didn't blow up, right.
The ejector seat on a helicopter.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, there are some helicopters that do have ejector seats, but they go sideways, not up.
Well, James Bond sat there, the one with Pierce Brosnan. They sat there and blew off the blades, then they ejected.
I'm going to have to see that new James Bond movie. I'm going to go to the theater, even if I have to go by myself. And
yeah, well, Nancy and I are thinking about going to see it too in the theater, because it's the last one with.
It's the last one. Yeah.
With David or Daniel Craig.
Yeah, it's the last one that's actually going to be anything that resembles James Bond as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's the end of it. That's the last anything.
That's the last James.
Yep.
That's the last James Bond movie as we know it.
Yeah, I'm officially freaking boycotting all movies. Period. I've been boycotting all movies for a couple of years now, but no, as of right now, I am officially, like, publicly, for everyone to hear, I'm boycotting all movies. That's
Is there
it.
a reason?
I am done
Is there a reason?
because it's all nonsense.
Okay.
I am not in any form of media anymore. I don't listen to the radio ever. I don't watch TV. I don't even own a radio or I have these little Walkmans, but I don't listen to them. I don't, I have,
watch it.
there is no TV in my house.
Yeah.
And I do not watch movies even online. I don't. The only thing I freaking watch anymore is YouTube videos, and I watch reruns of Star Trek, Stargate, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm not even interested in Star Wars
At least
anymore.
YouTube, there's original content. People are it's grassroots. People
The people that make movies. This is the reason why. The people that make movies, they can't come up with any originality. They just want to rehash old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah. For the last
lame.
at
It's
least 20
freaking
years.
lame. And not only are they just rehashing old stuff over and over again, they're doing like just really dumb stuff with it. And it's not. Okay. Yes, there's an agenda there, and there's platform and posturing and this and that. All of that stuff's infantile. That's childish shit. That's absolute nonsense.
Captain, have you tried to watch?
Aside from that, okay, the way that they're doing it is dumb. If they were actually freaking coming out with the freaking movie, like, okay, Superman is gay and also black, okay, who cares? That's their platform. That's their freaking their licensing and their prerogative. They bought the licensing to use the Superman name and the storyline and everything and the imagery. They can do anything the hell they want with it now. Okay? So guess what? We can't do anything about it ever. Correct? We can't do anything about it. But the least they could do is make it palatable. Make it a good movie. You know? If they can't make it good, then why bother freaking, why bother changing anything about it? Why do we even have to? What would be the point?
Don't ask me what happened.
You're echoey. But anyway,
Okay.
you see what I'm talking about, though?
What the heck's going on?
I'm trying to work it out on my end because you're on here twice. You're up on my screen twice.
Well, no,
Yeah.
it dropped me out.
It's the YouTube powers that be that are interrupting us so that I can't get my point across because they don't like when people say things the way I'm saying them. But do you see what I'm saying about if they're going to change things about a movie, if they're going to remake it, could they at least do it well?
Yeah.
Even all the freaking posturing and the platforming aside, like all the agenda aside, if we could get past all that stuff, could they at least make a good freaking movie out of it? And the answer is no, they can't.
Well, they keep making remakes, and all they do is sit there and change the characters and leave the
Tom,
storyline.
I just said that. But check this out. When they do, could they make it a good movie? Could they make it freaking good? Not necessarily better than the original. Could they even make it good at all? Like they took Ghostbusters and they just they used chicks instead of dudes. Well, could they have done it well? Could they have done it well instead of corny and stupid? I mean, I understand there was a lot of hilarity and humor in the original Ghostbusters. Yes, there was. But with the modern actresses that they used in the freaking Ghostbusters movie,
There we go.
it sucked really bad.
Yeah.
They could have made a good movie out of it if they had used better actresses, frankly. I mean, seriously. Whatever. It's their money. and it's their freaking licensing. We're just along for the ride, or we're
Well,
not.
my whole point was that I'm not into the entertainment now. None of it makes any sense to me. But because it's the last, what I would think would be the real James Bond movie, I will see the last one in the theater, big time. You know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not giving any of those people any more of my freaking hard-earned of my hard-earned cash or whatever kind of cash I have. I'm not giving them any more money.
Well, it's like the last 30 years. I would say if we're to pin a time on it, the mid 90s is when everything started to go downhill. And it seemed like everybody was like Justin said, is just retelling the same stories over and over. And then
Yeah.
we got this whole thing about
Well,
somebody.
you guys have a unique perspective because you're older than I am. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are,
Everybody-
Tom,
all everybody
Well,
cares
it's
about-
like what Mel Gibson several years ago made a movie called Ransom, to where he's a big executive on an airline and whatever, and his son got kidnapped. Well, if you go back to the 50s, you see that same movie was made with Glenn Ford, Ransom,
Yeah.
and it's almost the exact same plot line. So if you saw the 50s version, what makes you think the other version is going to be better?
Yeah.
well, it's not even about what's better. It's about, is it good?
Yeah.
Is it good at all? Is what I'm saying. Like
Is
the
it going to
Ghostbusters movie,
entertain me?
the
as
new
it should?
Ghostbusters movie they did with those chicks was terrible.
Oh, that sucked.
It was a gigantic flop, and it was just a jab at freaking, masculinity. It's like, get over it, girls. You didn't win.
Can I throw something out there, a little food for thought? Might change
Anyway.
the subject a little bit, but you guys all been watching this thing about John Gruden and everything and that and the whole bullshit, all the bullshit that's going on about that. The thing that gets me the most is the NFL is investigating the Washington Redskins. And that's the name of the football team, not the Washington football team, the Washington Redskins. They can bite me for all that as far as I'm concerned. But they're investigating the Washington Redskins as far as some act or something that went wrong with that football team and everything else. And they came up, and out of all the emails that that team or all the people got, they only found John Gruden to sit there and say anything derogatory and discriminative. I find that very hard to believe. I think it was a headhunt, and I think they're out to get John Gruden, and that's my
Later
opinion.
on, Shandog. We'll see you, buddy. Come back if you
All right,
come back.
Shandog.
And that's my opinion.
I don't know. I've been out of football for a long time too.
Well, since it's the Las Vegas Raiders now, you got to understand that's the biggest thing that's going on around here. You know,
I'll tell you this, Tom. I got out of football a long time ago, like decades ago, like way before that whole thing with Kaepernick happened. Okay,
Mhm.
way before that. All right. Now, I'm not saying that any of that stuff needed to happen or that it didn't need to happen for whatever reason. However, okay, what I'm saying is that I had a problem with the NFL long before any of that nonsense ever occurred. And that's exactly what it is as far as I'm concerned. It's all nonsense.
Yeah.
Like you taking one form of entertainment and using it as a platform for something completely different. And it's foolish. You know? And look at the flop that happened because of it. Now the NFL is a bigger joke than it ever was. You see? And even in the 90s, we all knew that that the NFL was failing. You know?
That's
And-
when I noticed it was going downhill. That's when
Mhm.
it seemed there was something.
Baseball had been failing for a decade before that.
Yeah.
You know? So it didn't even freaking matter. It's like it's like they're going. It's like all these great franchises and all these great sports and all these great forms of entertainment have, like, the people that run it have lost their minds or something, and they're purposely out to sabotage themselves. It's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Football is cutting off its own foot to fucking spite itself. And freaking, dude, the NBA has lost its mind. The MLB, like they were gone decades ago.
Yeah.
However, it doesn't matter. And then,
But yeah, I just
the
thought
only one
that's bullshit.
the only one that doesn't seem to have lost its mind is hockey. That's the only one that doesn't seem to have.
Because they're just going like this, slowly climbing, expanding here, expanding there.
It doesn't seem to have freaking changed at all in a decade or so. It's like,
Because they left the game alone.
yeah, nothing happened to hockey because there was, there's nothing to say there. It's like, yeah, hockey rules, and that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. But the reason why hockey stayed the same is they didn't fucking change the game. Like football.
Nobody tried to freaking use
Like
it as a
baseball.
platform. Nobody tried to use it as a platform for something else, and they didn't try to freaking they didn't try to turn it into this gigantic fucking commercialized platform just to sell sodas, like they did with baseball. They turned it into a platform for food and sports drinks.
The only thing in
They turned
baseball,
the NFL they turned that into just a freaking platform for merchandising in general, and then they turned it into a freaking platform for mouthing off. It's like, who cares? Go protest after the damn game. Play the freaking game and then go have your damn protest afterward. Or
yeah,
have the protest first, and then see who sticks around for the damn game. You're probably going to get the same result as you do for the jackasses that are protesting during it. Duh. Morons. Anyway, not sorry. I abandoned like Major League Sports, like professional sports years ago. I stopped listening to the radio years ago. I stopped buying magazines. I stopped reading the paper. I stopped watching TV because it's all nonsense. And this isn't just, and it's not even one reason that stands out. It's just all of it. It's just like, ugh. It all makes me want to barf.
I look for the entertainment value. If it's not there, I don't watch.
That's why I stick to YouTube. I stick to freaking like the shows that I freaking liked decades ago. And if I find a new show that I like, great. I found a couple of shows that I freaking really liked. One of them is already over because it was originally it was a remake of a series, Lost in Space.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I liked it when it was in the original
And
series.
it's already over. They're not going to renew it.
Yeah, because they probably did some quality entertainment.
They got about halfway through it and they stopped.
Yeah.
Then there was
You're
this other one that I was watching. And the very nature of the show is that it's a completely original-ish storyline. It's similar to others, but it is its own thing. Well, anyway, I was watching it. I watched the first freaking season of it, and I couldn't wait to watch the second season, and then boom. Social justice. Root. The whole thing. It's gone. It's a complete. The second season was a complete freaking waste of time. It was a flop. So I'm like, oh jeez, why the hell did they sink the ship? Why? Who the hell shoots a hole in the bottom of their own boat? You know, David?
I know.
Tom.
He stepped out.
Tom,
I gotta go, guys.
Tom, who
Yeah, I think
the hell shoots a hole in the bottom of their own boat?
An idiot.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
back
there
to
you
the boat.
Yeah.
go. All right. I'm going to get the hell out of here because
Yeah,
I
I'm
need to
gonna
help Crystal do
shut
some
this
stuff.
down.
I gotta
Thanks,
go.
Thanks
Thanks
too
for having
many
me up,
names.
Dave. Great to see you.
Too many.
Nice
to
seeing you,
mention.
Dave.
Thanks
Nice seeing you,
for
Cat. Enjoy
Later,
the
Tom. Thanks for the
spices.
stuff. I appreciate it.
looking at the,
Stand dog if you hear me. All right.
Before you go, look in the chat and the comments. There's Toy Man, the link to Toy Man's channel. He's going live at 8:00. If you want to watch, that's 5:00 your time, Tom.
Okay.
Okay.
I have to look for him. I'm looking now. You got me going through here. Oh, there it is. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we'll see you later, David.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.